praise due to the Fahrenheit slang. It is the slangs that brings us here together. All praise due to the Fahrenheit slang. It is the slangs that brings us purpose. Welcome to the Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit. I'm your host, First Degree The D.E. Me. Hey, this is what we're gonna start with. A little message to the slangs. Big day with the slangs. May the slangs always keep our chin up. If you're really trying to do this, repeat after me. May the slangs make every day a forward motion on track. May the slangs take our hard times and allow us to blossom. May the slangs give us the confidence to navigate the free world. May the slangs help me take care of me and mine and be productive. May the slangs make me and those sons of Fahrenheit appreciative of every moment we share. May the slangs give us the know-it-all to provide ourselves with options. And finally, may the slangs give us the strength to make the world a better place. Big day today, y'all. Thank you for joining the Fahrenheit. I don't know if you synced it on the social. Okay, I don't know if you synced it on the social, but we got something revolutionary that's crafted, and it all came from you. Came from you, and then me listening to you, and me putting my money where my mouth is, yo. We talking about, I got a riddle. I can't even say it. I'm gonna just start it with a riddle. What has the knowledge of 1,000,000 books? The reach of the worldwide interwebs. And the perspective of First Degree The D.E. and the Fahrenheit slangs. I'm gonna say it again. What has the knowledge of 1,000,000 books? The reach of the worldwide interwebs. And the perspective of First Degree The D.E., the Fahrenheit slangs, and the sons of Fahrenheit. I'm going to tell you this. We starting with a new AI crafted by us. I spent all day building an AI for us that answers our questions from the perspective of the slangs. So I'm going to get more into that. Also, we're going to talk about the website, sacramentorap.com, the behemoth. We're going to talk about how the behemoth is going to affect our live 24-hour TV network. Okay, and we're going to talk about how the behemoth, aka sacramentorap.com, okay, can help you personally. Feel me? Next, I promised this story time. Okay, I promised it this story time. Andre Nicotina. The nicest, meanest rapper in the rap game. Got a story I gotta tell. Holler at me in the chat if you with me. Holler at me in the chat if you with me. Yeah. What's good with it, y'all? Seeing some new names. Welcome. We are the Sons of Fahrenheit. Okay. We're moving forward. It's all about moving forward, searching for the truth, moving forward. Already, if you're just joining in, first thing I'm going to talk about is the new Fahrenheit AI life coach. We're going to talk more about that. Then we're going to talk about the behemoth, SacramentoRap.com, and how it could help you in our TV show, our TV network, excuse me. Then I'm going to tell a Nicotina story. Now, your homework, don't forget it. I don't think I forgot it. Your homework. Don't think I forgot it. Did anyone in the chat do their homework? Your homework was to use AI, Levencia or something to create an inspirational video, short one for the TV network, our TV network, sacraptv.com. I'm going to check the chat. I'm going to check the chat. I'm checking the chat to see who got their homework did. Okay? I'm waiting to get me that. Give me that. We building a TV network. The grind don't stop. Okay, the grind don't stop. Now, our first topic of the day. We've been talking about AI. So I spent the entire day thinking of who? Thinking of yous. I've built an AI called the Schlangs. The mighty, mighty Schlangs is now an ultimate intelligence that's built to guide us through this mighty world and provide us with the power that we so deserve. Now, if you on a computer or something, I want you to, oh, it's not, go to sacramentorap.com for now. But soon, in the coming minutes, any minute now, it's going to be asktheshlangs.com. Clip this. This is important. Asktheshlangs.com. Life coach. Information. Strategy. And tasks. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Asktheshlangs.com. The ultimate intelligence of the Schlangs. Decades of Schlangs embracement, all built into one AI. The knowledge of the worldwide interweb. The perspective of first degree, the DE and U, the my GT Fahrenheit Schlangs. Oh my goodness, I couldn't help. I've been so excited to announce this. So if you go on sacramentorap.com, a little pop-up's gonna come up. That's your new life coach. Okay? Any question? We have our own AI now. Do you understand the magnitude of this announcement? We have our own AI now. Holla at me in the chat if you cool with this. We got our own AI now. I'm searching the chat. SacramentoRap.com. Soon it's going to be AskTheSchlangs.com. Any question you can, to just start. You see, I'm listening. You see, I'm listening. Any question you could ask. But then, after you get through some questions, I want you to do some tasks. So here's your new homework. And if you ain't did your last homework, you got a little bit of catching up to do. Okay? Your new homework is to go on sacramentorap.com, check out the new AI. It's our new life coach. Okay, all programmed for the schlangs. Okay, us to guide us. Okay, life coach. AskTheSchlangs.com. Holler at me in the chat if you're feeling that. I need somebody in the chat. Okay, I need somebody in the chat to check out Ask the Schlangs. Now it's fresh. It's fresh. I just got it, so it may not be Ask the Schlangs yet. But go on SacramentoRap.com and one of the pages is Ask the Schlangs. Yes, it's an AI, my family. Answers everything. It is the Schlangs. It greets you with all praise due to the Fahrenheit Schlangs. What are we talking about? Infinite knowledge. Me and my boy Al was talking about this. At first, I was thinking, okay, soon everybody's gonna get on this. There's a little time till everybody get nah. There's gonna be a lot of people that thinking this is the devil for their whole life. And those that's trained to use this AI is gonna go up at a trajectory that's astronomical young. Those who learn how to use this will go at a trajectory that's astronomical young. And those who don't, I don't even think about that. That's not going to be us. Okay, SacramentoRap.com. Ask the Schlangs page. Soon it'll be AskTheSchlangs.com. Now I'm checking the chat. Get some feedback. Spend a minute or two checking the chat. CT, Julio, Uriel. Hey, the Mac. John was good with it. The King. Let's go. Julio. That's the man right there. Best believe. I don't know if you noticed, but this finally the first time I got the show going off without a hitch. Didn't have to switch to live. We learning. Okay, we learning. Speaking of which, we always gonna be training that AI too with information. It's gonna be us. Infinite knowledge. You now have infinite knowledge from First Degree The D.E. Do you hear what I'm saying? Built just for us. I can't move on to the next topic. I can't move on to the next topic. Not just yet. What will you do with an infinite knowledge base? You ask the Schlangs. Schlangs, I need some guidance on this topic. The Schlangs will guide you. You say, Schlangs, I need you to write this for me, yo. The Schlangs will write it. An infinite knowledge base. I'm checking the chat to see the response on the new Ask the Schlangs AI built for the Mighty Fahrenheit family. Yes. Yes. Thank you. All right, Uriel, share in the chat your thoughts. Uriel, share in your chat your thoughts. Hey, ask it something, ask it to do something. Share in the chat your thoughts. Let me read it. Let me read your thoughts. Let me read your review. I've been working on it all day. I've been up since 5 in the morning thinking of you. I'll say it again. I've been up since 5 in the morning thinking of you. Investing in the Schlangs. All right, I'm going to move on to the next topic, but I'm going to get back on that when we do the review of the topic. All right, next. You already know this, but I got to remind you. You already know this, but I got to remind you. SacramentoRap.com, the website, is a behemoth, yo. SacramentoRap.com, the website, is a behemoth, yo. Now, Google Sacramento Rap News. What do you see? First Degree The D staring back at thee. Google Sacramento Rap News. What do you see? First Degree The D staring back at thee. Am I wrong? Somebody in the chat, Google Sacramento Rap News. Tell me if I'm wrong. We talking global. Because we're talking global. Anywhere in the world, if someone wants some information on the town, they gotta go through us. You feel me? Stand out in the slangs. So, this is where I'm going with this. My mind is always racing for yous, but you know that. Forgive my sweat, it's 103 today in Sacramento, dry heat. Our TV network. Google's still playing, but they can't deny it. It's coming soon. Okay. Our TV network, sacraptv.com, 24 hours a day, superior of schlumpage with videos, music, news. The news idea came from you. Shows, live shows. Okay, we about to have a sports show. 49ers Kings. Okay? Sports show, 49ers Kings. Tell you more about that coming up. But my point is this. As soon as Google flipped the switch, yo. As soon as Google flipped the switch, yo, I'm putting our live feed on the behemoth. You know what that's gonna do? Putting our net. I just thought of this today, thinking of you. Why am I always thinking of you? When we live stream our new TV network on the behemoth that is sacramentorap.com, it's over. You don't understand the power of that site. There's so many phrases you can Google and the site just comes up. Oh man, give me a holler if you cool with our sacramentorap.com website. And always, if you got some perspective to put on there, I'm always listening to y'all. Y'all the first ones I'm listening to. Okay, if you ever got a story or some, sacramentorap.com, get it to me. But that's our website. Thank you, Uriel. Checked it out. It's pretty cold so far. It really is. Anything you could ask. Tasks too, though. Tasks. 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 I'm going to just share this with y'all. But those articles on sacramentorap.com is partly AI written. I just give it to boom, boom, and the boom, boom, because I don't want to misspell no words. And then they turn around and generate. Man, tasks. Tasks, yo. All right, back to what we was talking about. Now, because sacramentorap.com is a behemoth, it has the power to be number one globally. Number one globally with certain search terms. I want to know how I can help you. The behemoth that is sacramentorap.com has helped First Degree The D.E for so many years. Now it's time to help you. Here's your new homework. You got 2 homeworks, but it's the weekend, so you cool. 2 homeworks, but it's the weekend, so you cool. Think of a term that you would want globally. Number 1, your name, anything. Oh my goodness, anything. How could Sacramento's behemoth of status help you with an article? All we got to do is write an article and work together. And in days, it'll be number 1. I don't think you understand the power of the Sacramento Rap Hour website. So your second homework is think of something, especially locally. Oklahoma City, if I was to mention that article, who is the best lawn care business in Oklahoma City? Oh my goodness. You would pop up first. Do you hear what I'm saying? It's just like I said, first degree, the DE is so on top of thing. But Michael, the businessman, has been so behind. It's time for his butt to catch up. Been using this for Sacramento rap, but I could be using it for you. Any phrase, not anything like big, like Bay Area rap. Even though you go on Spotify and Google Bay Area rap, what do you see? First degree, the D staring back at me. But no. But if it's something big, it's probably, we talking about little niche Sacramento rap news. I attacked that phrase. You can, all kind of people I've interviewed, look them up, boom. So think about how the behemoth that is sacramentorap.com, let's come up with an agreement. If you're an artist, I'm also doing 360 deals, TV, articles, website. We taking this to the next level, young. Wrap up. No, homework number 2. How can Sacramento's rap.com's behemoth of status help you? Holler at me in the chat if you're still with me. Holler at me in the chat if you're still with me. Spent all day on that AI. Thank you, man. Now I'm reading the chat. Uriel say something interesting. Teach me the steps of putting out my own music. That's what I'm talking about. I'm doing a whole consulting. If you're really serious, it's not just music. It's a whole 360 approach. Okay, if you're really serious about putting out your own music and coming up, you gotta contact me. I'm doing deals where I'm gonna take folks under my wing, blast them on the internet, teach them how to do this, counsel 101. You gotta email me, hit me up. I don't wanna advertise that because I don't want randoms and the observation ostriches, but y'all, I'm giving y'all my time. You see that? I've been on this for a week. I'm not even used to doing this. I'm doing this for you. So if you're interested in coming up for real, internet, TV, all that, hit me up. Now, story time. Story time with first degree the DE. Oh, what was the name of that place? Oh man, some rest. See, this is the thing with Nicotina, man. And this is one of the reasons I love him, man. We would do the shows in San Fran and all that. Okay? And let me highlight something I forgot to say. Well, we would do the shows and all in the big cities of San Jose, as I told you about. Oh, hold on. I told you about the Nicotina show, but I didn't tell you how it ended. Nicotina jumps off the stage, beats the person to a pulp who he alleged didn't know, and he beats the person to a pulp, but I forgot to end the story, yo. The end of the story is he jumped back on the stage and finished the show. I'ma say it again. After beating a helpless fan to a pulp and he gets pulled out of the venue, Andre Nicotina jumps back on stage and finishes his show. What are we talking about? It's the craziest. Any Andre Nicotina show is gonna be craziest. Because people all there is doing enhancements or something crazy. Oh my goodness. Andre Nicotina finishes the show after beating someone with a pulp. Now back to our story. Clip this. It's important. Andre Nicotina, we did the shows in the big city, but he always did shows in little cities too. We've been all up and down the coast in every little city you could imagine. And I'm drawing a blank. I can't believe it. It's a garlic, middle near Fresno. Ah, man, they're gonna hate me for this because they're everywhere and they're watching. But just a show, you know. We're all in a circle. BG was there. Shout out to Bounty G Rilla. Andre Nicotina was there and about three other people backstage at the show. Picture it. We talking, having a good time. Then a random fan walks up and joins the conversation. Oh, God, help us, please. We're sitting there talking, and somehow a random fan gets back in the backstage area and is trying to join the conversation. I look at Andre Nicotima. He's steaming. Now, by this time, I'd known him for a while. Okay? The first story was the first show. This was like the 50th. The first show was the first show. This is like the 50th. Just, you know what? I'm live. I'm going to try to Google where this place is. It's on the tip of my tongue. Gilroy. That's where I see. I just tell me I did not just go to ask the schlangs. That's what I'm. It's an infinite knowledge base, yo. Typed in garlic, Fresno City. Infinite knowledge. What are we talking about? Anyway, Gilroy is the spot, young. Van gets in the back. Why? Tries to just forces himself into the conversation. An observation ostrich, YouTube Yoda. There wasn't YouTube in the time. Okay, but I will call it a consumer. Captain Consumer. I can't call him that. I look at Nicotina, he's steaming. He looks at the person and says, "You MF." And he pulls out his hand like he's gonna slap him. I was scared for dude's life. Dude forces himself in the conversation. Andre Nicotina steaming. And I'll give Nicotina credit. When I looked at him, he tried for a few of seconds to hold it all in. Okay, I'm gonna give him credit. When it first happened, he tried for a few of seconds to hold it all in, and that's very Andre Nicotima-like. Okay. Now, it did slip out of those few of seconds, though. Man, he screams at him, "You MFer," then he holds up his hand like he's about to just slap him. Andre Nicotina is 11 feet tall. Why is Andre Nicotina 11 feet tall? But he didn't slap him. So, progressing from show 1 to show 50, there was a little less of violence. Progressing on the Andre Nicotina tour, the Journeys era to the middle, there was a little less of violence. He held up his hand, but he did not hit him, man. And he just screamed at him for so long, though. It was so awkward. I've had some of the most awkward moments in my life around Andre Nicotina. Love that dude. Holla at me in the chat if you feeling my story. Holla at me in the chat if you feeling my story. This isn't even the end of it. This is just the beginning. That's the intro. Okay. Yep. Gilroy got that garlic. That's what I did. I asked asktheshlangs.com. Infinite knowledge base. Jump on that, y'all. Okay. Now. Good. Yeah. Good. Now, back to our story. That was what happened at the beginning of the show. The show hadn't started yet. Now, our show. No, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and. So that's the thing about doing these lives. Okay, was on the Holden Court podcast. Shout out to Big Court. Shout out to Renee. I forgot something and mentioned something else, and just because I forgot it, then the whole internet's the YouTube Yodas is like, "De, this one slight detail is slightly wrong." Like, come on, man, I'm just a man. Okay, you think I'm Superman, but I'm just a man. You get on these lives, yeah. So now that we realize it's Gilroy, I'm realizing these are two different stories. The Gilroy story, what happened later that day, I gotta tell a whole nother day. But I'm laser focused on telling this other story. But now that I know that happened in Gilroy, thanks to AskTheSchlangs.com, I realize the second story is in Garberville. Holla at me in the chat if you ever heard of Garberville. While you do that, I'm going to tell you about Garberville. Like I said, I've been with Nicotina in San Francisco, with Mac Dre, Berkeley, Seattle, LA. But he always hits these little towns, and when we do, the show is packed. I'm going to say that again. We hit the big cities, but when we hit the little cities, the show is packed. And their eyes are like this. Like, what are you doing here, DE? I came to see you. Okay, this second story is in Garberville. So I'm setting the checking the chat, see if anyone's ever heard of Garberville. Okay, invest in the Schlangs. Stand out in the Schlangs. Now, Andre Nicotina hates when you record him performing. So this is during the show. Andre Nicotina hates when you record him performing. So at this show in Garberville, which is out in Humboldt, Northern Cal, we call Sac the Bay NorCal, but there's an even Northern Cal, Redding, Will, what's up with it? Garberville, Medford, that's up at the border. So we at Garberville, Humboldt County. Nicotina hates recording. He announces it before his show. Okay. Picture it. Show, it was 2 levels. Okay, this is a giant hall, packed to the brim, Garberville, California, USA. Andre Nicotina, First Degree The D.E, Equipto, Smoothie, Mike Marshall. Announces no recording. He's rocking it. So he's rocking it. Killer Whale. What are we talking about? Killer Whale. Holla at me if you ever heard of Andre Nicotina, Killer Whale. Holla at me in the chat. Holla at me in the chat if you ever heard of Andre Nicotina, Killer Whale. I'm looking now. Okay. Now, he's rocking Killer Whale. All of a sudden, he sees a red light go off on the upper deck. Big hall, ground floor, 1,000 people, upper deck, couple hundred people way in the back. This is before the cell phones. Y'all don't understand how long I've been in this game. This is before the cell phones and the Twittergrams and the Insta chat. So the red light only meant one thing. It was a video recorder. Oh God, why did they test Nicotina? Why do they test Nicotina? He announced it before the show. No recording. He's mid Killer Whale, and I didn't even see it at first. He sees a red light. He tells me this after the fact. He sees a red light go off in the upper deck. Now, I'm going to pause the story right here and get a drink. I need you to burn the chat up. I need you to light the chat up on how you think Andre Nicotina responded while he's rocking Killer Whale had already announced no recording, and then he sees a tiny red light in the upper deck. How you think he responded? Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the chat how the Pisces responded to seeing seeing himself being recorded from the upper deck. I'm checking the chat. I'm checking the chat. Give me a guess. This is what happened, yo. He drops the mic and runs off the stage. Clip this. This is important. Andre Nicotina, Garberville. No recording allowed. Packed show, 2-layer hall. Sees a red light in the upper deck. Drops the mic and goes running after the perpetrator. I'm going to stop right there. Drops the mic, runs off the stage. Those innocent civilians like First Degree The D.E. and all the 1,300 people in the arena had no idea what was going on. Or should I say, 1,299 people had no idea what was going on, but that one person that was recording, 1,299 people had no idea why Andre Nicotina dropped the mic mid-killer whale performance and started running off stage, but one person knew. I was of the innocent civilians that had no idea what was going down. Your boy D.E. Jeet of the D.E. Jeter Fahrenheit Schlangs had no clue on what was going down. He runs off stage. We don't see him. It's just what it is. All of a sudden, he appears on the upper deck in the back of the hall. Michael, stop yourself. Contain yourself so you can finish telling the story. Out of nowhere, Andre Nicotina appears on the upper deck, all the way in the back, running. Let me tell you what that entails. Andre Nicotina, clip this is important. Killer whale interrupted, drops a mic, goes running off stage, suddenly appears on the back upper deck running. The person who was recording knew what was going down, starts running. Andre Nicotina, the king of the filthy mo, is chasing someone around the hall who's carrying a camera. Stop yourself, First Degree The D.E. Andre Nicotina is chasing the person recording, the perpetrator, around this 1,300 people packed hall. He's chasing him in the middle of his show. He's just foregone the show. The show is foregone. Clip this. The show is foregone. Andre Nicotina is chasing after someone in the arena upper and lower deck. It was the scariest, funniest thing you'll ever see. I don't know if you know this, but Andre Nicotina is 12 feet tall. Why is Andre Nicotina 12 feet tall? Hold on, I gotta contain myself. I'm gonna check the chat. To contain myself, I'm gonna check the chat. Oh my goodness. What is this world coming to? Overkill, you feeling me? Oh my goodness, Andre Nicotina is the nicest because he'll take care of the squad and he'll run a business where everybody is fed. Okay, Andre Nicotina take care of the squad and run a business where everybody is fed. But that is one of the scariest humans on earth, yo. Andre Nicotina running after somebody all around the arena. Do I even have to finish how this story goes? Do I even need to tell you how this story ends? Holla at me in the chat if you can predict how the story of Andre Nicotina catching somebody, recording him, running up to the upper deck chasing him, running around the hall chasing this person. How do you think this story ends? Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the chat. Okay. It wasn't a beatdown. Now, like I said to people, that was a good guess. You're a very good guess. Appreciate your bravery. A lot of life is about guessing. People don't know that, having the bravery to guess and be wrong, and fail. We're going to talk about that next Fahrenheit hour. Okay. The bravery of failing. I'm writing that down right now. Where's my pen? Where's my pen? The bravery of failing. That's how you succeed. Brave, fail. Now, like I mentioned, the dude knew what was going down. Okay, like I said previous, 1,299 people had no idea what was going on, but one person did, so he got a head start, is my point. Okay, he got a head start. So when nicotine, that's what makes it crazy. Nicotina had no chance of catching him. He had to run all the way from the stage, all the way upstairs in a rage, all the way to the upper deck area just to get to the dude. Oh my goodness. He wasn't going to catch him, but he was just so enraged. He was just running anyway. Do you hear what I do? Hear the. Oh my goodness. Let me stop myself talking about my friend. We argue, but he's still my friend. Okay. Now, it didn't end with a beatdown. The dude got away. The dude ran out the venue after a couple of laps because Nicotina was far behind, but he was enraged. After running around the venue, running off stage, running up the stairs, we're talking about a grand hall stairs, you know, running up to the upper deck, running down, chasing the person, running down the stairs, running around the arena, the venue, the hall for 2 laps. The dude running out. He gets back on stage and finishes his show. After catching someone mid-performance, running upstairs, chasing him 2 laps, the dude leaves. You know how much breath that take? Andre Nicotina finishes his show. What are we talking about? The legend that is the king of the filthy mo. Holla if you hear me in the chat. Art legendary indeed. That's a legend. I got so many Andre Nicotina stories that don't make sense. Keep tuning to Fahrenheit Hour because I never got a chance to tell them. Mac Dre. Oh my goodness, Mac Dre. I remember one time, Mac Dre, I mentioned this, but specifically, we had a show in Fresno. 50 people from Fresno. They went to Denny's afterwards. He fed them all. What are we talking about? Fresno, California. Mac Dre, Andre Nicotina, First Degree The D.E, Crypto Smoothie. Mac Dre rocks the show. 50 people on stage. Afterwards, they go to Denny and he feeds them all. Then 2 days later, we have a show in Portland. So that's okay. 2 or 3 days. I can't remember. It was 2 days of traveling time. 2, 3 days later, we got a show in Portland. So I'm like, okay, he has to be tired. We had to catch a plane. I don't know where he. I came back. I came back Sacramento, flew up to Portland. Boom, boom, boom. Roseland, 1,500 people sold out show. Mac Dre shows up with 50 Oregonians. How? How did Mac Dre go from feeding 50 Fresnians? I'm sorry if I messed that. I'm just excited right now. Fly up to the coast to the Portland and then end up on stage 2 or 3 days later with 50 Oregonians. How is that even possible? Oh my goodness. If you ain't been to Portland, shout out to Portland. My bro lives there. I probably did the most shows there of everywhere I did shows. Imagine if the hippies of the 70s just set up shop and just ran the government. That's Portland. Hippies from the 70s said, I like it here. Let's set up shop and just ran the city. That's Portland. Then you had some snootier, that's the wrong word. The higher class, that's the wrong. Somewhere in between snooty and higher class. Folks escaped to Seattle with technology and the rain and the grunge, and they set up shop there. That's why I love the Northwest. But Portland is like grunge city, man. So you think of Mac Dre, you think of the Fizz and the Hood and the Vallejo and the Sack but when you think of Mac Dre, also you gotta think of 50 white dudes grunge on just hanging with them. Oh my goodness, that is Mac Dre. Now, before we end the program, I've been looking at some stats. Okay. Before we end the program, I'm looking at some stats. Holla at me in the chat. Holla at me in the chat. Oh, Casey, what's good with it? Oh, Casey, okay, this is just for you, man. This is just for you, for all my Oregonians. Okay, bam. This is a funny show that if you from Oregon, you gonna know. But if you not, you still gonna feel. What are we doing the time? Please tell me we got enough time. It's, oh man, time be flying by. And then I get off the show and like, I still want to be with my people. But anywho, I got to tell the story. In Portland, Casey, you got to help me. So stay on the chat right now. In Portland, they have a large river. Okay, they I think have two, but they have this large river. And next to this large river, they have this science facility. Casey, I need you to tell me the name of that science facility. They have a giant submarine in the back, and it's like well known. Okay, this is well-known science Portland facility. I can't think of the name, but I can go on the whoop-de-whoop. Let me ask the slangs. That's what I'm saying. Infinite of knowledge. Portland science. Try to beat me, Casey. Facility near river. Uh-oh, okay. The OB. Let me check in case he's gonna beat me. Yes, okay, Casey beat me. They tie. We're gonna call it a tie. I had to check, give her the respect, but I saw it. We're gonna call it a tie. The OMSI. OSMI, the OMSI. Back behind the OMSI, there's a trail. Please, Casey, tell your friends DE is one with the Oregonians. Okay, there's this trail along the river that leads behind the OMSI. Okay, I love walking around Portland. I've spent hours and hours and hours walking around Portland. This time it was midnight, so I need you to picture this. First degree to DE all by himself. This is one of the first times I'm in Portland. Okay. Midnight, walking along the river, like on a path behind the science complex called the OMSI, Oregon Museum of Science and Industry. Thank you, Uriel. All right, now I'm walking and there's a submarine back there. I don't know if there is now, but this was a while ago. There was a submarine back there. And inside the light was on and someone was vacuuming. I could hear something like someone vacuuming or something. So I was really curious. Why is it midnight? There's this giant. I didn't know about Portland and the OMC yet and all that. Why is it midnight and someone's vacuuming in a submarine? Can you picture that? Wondering that quandary. Why am I walking around midnight? Why is there a submarine in the water? And why is someone, and maybe not vacuuming, but doing something that sounded like vacuuming? So there's this little path that leads to the submarine. And sometimes it's cool to be the DE and the way the DE's mind works, where I was always racing and always thinking ideas. All I think about is ideas. I think about y'all and how ideas, and that's all I think about. It's good. Because now we got Ask the Schlangs, our forever life coach with the embedded knowledge of First Degree the DE, a million books, and the reach of the worldwide internets. Okay, because of ideas, now we have a worldwide infinite knowledge base based on the perspective of the Schlangs. But at the same time, sometimes my mind be racing too much. Okay, sometimes my mind be racing too much. So what I did is this. I'd walk the path towards the submarine. Why, Michael? Why? Midnight, I hear a sound. I see a light. I decide to walk the path to, it was like a zigzag path to the submarine. And all of a sudden, I got to get a drink of water for this. Holler at me in the chat if you're with me on this story. I got to collect myself because this is reliving some trauma. Okay, I got to get a drink. I need some energies from the chat because I'm reliving some trauma. Holler at me in the chat. Give me some energies to finish this story on what happened behind the OMSI, Portland Science Boom Boom, along the river at midnight, pitch black dark, and there's a boat, a little rowboat on the side of the riverbank. Give me some energy in the chat. Give me some energy in the chat. And someone anything nice with you, snuggled up with wine and cheese is a dream come true. Thank you for that, Julio. I love that song. Me and the wifey made that song. I'm gonna let her know you did that. All right, here we go. Back to our story. Only Casey in the chat and my Oregonian brothers and sisters are going to understand this. So I'm sorry if the impact of this story doesn't hit you the way it's going to hit them. As I'm walking down the path to the submarine, I realize there's no one in there. It's just the vacuuming sound. No big deal. There's no one. I get close enough to realize it's no one in there. Although the light's on, there's no one in there. And what I thought was a person vacuuming was just like a mechanism. Okay, so let my guard down. Pretty peaceful, right? Huh. I guess Portland at midnight is pretty safe. Wrong. Wrong. I'm going to say it again. Stop Stop yourself. I can do this all day, and I'm not Captain America. So maybe Portland at midnight near the river is safe. Wrong. Wrong. As I'm walking back the trail, back to my path, back to headquarters, getting ready for the show. I think this was the Be Legit show where I picked them up at the airport. I can't remember. I've done a million shows in Portland, but I think this was the Be Legit show. I'm walking back the trail, realized it was all just a nothing burger. Then all of the sudden, Casey, get ready in the chat to back me up on this. All of the sudden, a pterodactyl size bird, bigger than me. Stop yourself. A pterodactyl behemoth bird rises from the boat. It was the size of a 2-story building. I know it wasn't, but it felt like it. I know for a fact it was much, much bigger than me. Has anyone heard of the giant pterodactyl birds in Portland? Oh my goodness. Holla at me in the chat, Casey. Tell them about the pterodactyl birds, Casey, so I don't sound crazy. This bird was bigger than me. It was giant. And it looked like a pterodactyl. It rose from the boat and was flying straight at me. I'm about to cry with trauma. I need to get a drink. I need some energy from the chat. Energy from the chat so I can get myself together and finish the story of walking behind the Amsi in Portland near the river and a giant, massive 2-story size bird that looked like a pterodactyl started flying straight towards me. Casey, I'm going to check the chat. By the time I check the chat, I know there's a delay. But I'm going to need you to back me up on this because no one understands what I went through. Casey, okay, I see I'm the Pied Piper of Portland. Everybody knows that the 503 is my second home, young. But I need you to tell the people about the giant birds in Portland that look like pterodactyls. Please, an Oregonian. I need an Oregonian in the chat. Anywho. Oh my goodness, that reminds me of something that just happened last week. I'm going to write that down for the next show. Oh my goodness, the life of the D. See, because I just be walking around in nature. I like to walk around and experience things. So I'm going to save that another story for the next show for story time. Giant pterodactyl bird flying towards me. I can't move. What do you do? It was the bird's decision. Whatever was going down in the 503 at that moment in time was not my decision. The decision laid in the hands of the void. I'm going to say it again. Sometimes the universe speaketh, and in this case, the universe said, here is a situation. The decider in this situation is in the hands of the void. Okay. Now I'm checking the chat. I was a little behind in the chat because I get flustered. I'll be having too much fun. Get behind in the chat because I'm flustered. At first, I thought this was going to be weird, but I could feel your energy, and I'm not talking to myself. We're planning, brainstorming. We've been on this every day, investing in the schlimes. Now, Casey says, these pelicans are FR. Okay, that's how the cool people say, for real. I'm not as cool as Casey, but I know that she means for real. These pelicans are for real up here in Rip City, taking children like the Pied Piper. The when the townsfolk didn't pay for their DE show. Oh my goodness! So there it is. Proof from Casey, our resident Oregonian. Giant birds in Rip City, and one was chasing the DE like this. It came at me, maybe like 3 or 4 flaps young. It came at me about 3 or 4 flaps young. And then it just turned off and went away. And I ran all the way back to headquarters, yo. I'ma finish it with this. Giant crane of a bird, the pelicans, the size of a 2-story building, flying at the DE behind the OMSI in Portland, came at me. Decided peace. Thank you, crane. Thank you, pelican. I will live my life in the schlangs, doing for the schlangs. Invest in the schlangs. Stand out in the schlangs. The new AI. I've been up since 5 a.m. today. Any question, any task, especially tasks. When the internet came out, it was just like a vast of knowledge. What did most people do? Use it to watch videos of dancing cats. When the internet first came out, what did people do? The majority talking Johnny Masses and Jane Public. You know the pair. Okay, you know the pair. What did they use the internet to do? They used the internet to watch videos of dancing cats. The reason I bring this up is this. A lot of people are just now trickling into AI. They're asking it little questions like how many minutes in an hour, okay? And that's cool. You got to start somewhere. But what I want us to use, asktheshlangs.com, is for tasks and life coach, guidance. I've spent all day channeling my perspective, my soul into this AI. You know, I think about you all the time, but the first thing I did after I spent hours and hours and hours and hours investing in the schlangs for you was tell my family if anything ever happens to me, my soul has been invested into this AI, and you can ask this AI and it'll give you Dada's response. So I'm telling the sons of Fahrenheit, you the next ones I'm telling. You the very next ones I'm telling. If anything ever happens to, clip this, this is important. If anything ever happens to First Degree the D.E, you can always go to asktheshlangs.com for guidance from the schlangs, from the spirit. I have uploaded my spirit into this AI. The deeper I get in this AI, now, holler at me in the chat before we end the show. I've been checking the statistics, okay? I've been checking the statistics on the show. I want to give a shout out to some cities, okay, who's watching the show. The countries is this, okay? The countries is this. United States, UK, Canada, Japan, Indonesia, India. Okay, shouts out to all them countries. But United States was 81% of that, so I want to get specific. There's 5 cities that's really tuning in. Now, a lot of cities is tuning in, but there's 5 that's above all the rest. Okay, there's 5 cities that's investing in the schlangs, standing out in the schlangs. Number 1, and this didn't used to be my number 1. This is why this is so much of exciting. Okay, I've been having stats for decades, but this show has changed everything, young. The show has changed everything, young. Now, let's start with number 5 and get a little dramatic. Okay? Clip this. This is important. Sacramento's top 5 cities tuning in to the Fahrenheit Hour. Fahrenheit Hour. Fahrenheit Hour. Number 5. Someone who's a city that's never been on any DE list. I'm going to say that again. A city that has never been on any DE list has jumped all the way up to number 5 on the Fahrenheit scale. How is this happening? It's you. It's the Fahrenheit family. Number 5, New York City. What are we talking about? The Bronx, Brooklyn, Strong Isle, the bridge. It's the bridge. The bridge. New York City tuning into the Fahrenheit Hour. What up, New York? We love you on the West. Keep it going. New York City, shout out. Number 4, city showing up for the Fahrenheit Hour. Fahrenheit Hour. Fahrenheit Hour. One of my favorite cities on the planet of Earth, yo. Number 4, one of my favorite cities in the planet of Earth, yo. We call it the 206ity. Who in the chat know what the 206ity? Who in the chat know what the 206ity? The 206ity coming in 4th place. Seattle, Washington, the tech town. What are we talking about? Seattle coming in 4th. Shots out to the 206. Shots out to Seattle. Renton. She lived in the woods of Kent, Washington. Oh, was it Yakima? Stop yourself. I dedicate this to everybody in Seattle that's tuning the show. She lived in the woods of Kent, Washington. Oh, was it Yakima? She had a smile that brightened up my day. She lived in the concrete jungle of Fresno. Oh, was it Renton? Which one the rappers you know talk about Renton? Which one the rappers you know rap about going across the bridge to Spokane? Which the California rappers you know talking about going across the bridge to Spokane? Seattle coming in 4th, shouts out. Coming in 3. San Francisco. Now, let me tell you about San Francisco. A lot of people have different thoughts of San Francisco, but let me tell you about the real San Francisco, yo. Clip this important. Let me tell you about the real San Francisco. Yeah, you got the techies. I forgot what they call the Googleites, so I forgot what they call them. They got those, and they running the joint. There's a lot of them. But there's this underworld in Frisco, yo. Oh, there's this creative underworld in Frisco. Shouts out to Equipto. Now, that was specifically shouts out to Equipto on this. I went to Equipto's documentary. Okay, he's got a new documentary about Bored Stiff. I went to the theater and ate some popcorn to support my boy. I'm going to say that again because of how important it is. To support Equipto from San Francisco and his crew, the Bored Stiff crew, I went to the movie theater, bumped into Equipto, boom, and got my popcorn and enjoyed the program to support my boy. Holla at me if you feeling that. Supporting your boy. Holla at me if you down with Equipto. With Queasy. Now, I give a shout out to him because that San Francisco underworld is deep and meaningful. They be having opinions. Where the D don't got no opinions on nothing. Out in Frisco, they got opinions on everything. They care. They be caring about stuff outside of their borders. Their houses cost $4 million. That'll be the size of a peanut. Can you imagine the socioeconomic environment that would cause having houses cost $4 million, seeing all kind of techies running around, and the houses are the size of a peanut, and you're part of this San Francisco underworld that's getting pushed down and pushed down? They just angry. They just stout. So shout out to San Francisco, man. They gritty. Despite, I don't know what you heard, but they gritty out there. And they tuning in with you to the Fahrenheit. Shouts out to San Fran. Coming in number 2. Okay. Coming in number 2. MacFurl. Thank you. It is the slangs that brings us peace. It's all the slangs. I am only a beacon of the slangs. I am a messenger of the slangs. Coming in number 2. Now we gotta get a little personal. The city always shows up. The city's like the little brother. You treat them bad and they keep showing up with puppy dog eyes. The city is like the little brother. You just say things, you used to treat them bad and they keep looking at you. They're right back with the puppy dog eyes. The second biggest city tuning into the Fahrenheit Hour. Fahrenheit Hour is the wonderful city of Los Angeles. Shouts out to the wonderful city of Los Angeles. Now, a few of my songs, I say some things that's a little critical of Los Angeles. Okay, top of mind, think of the Emphatic Nomadic Tour. Okay, a few of my songs I say a little bit. It's just because I love you. You know how it is when you close? Sac in LA is like this. You know, the Bay in LA, they got their thing over Sac in LA, we cool. The Bay in LA, we cool. Sac is just like the harness. Okay, Sac is just like the harness. I love LA. I need to be in LA once a month. Y'all got all the resources. Y'all got all the opportunities. Man, I love LA, man. The people in LA is so cool. It's hardcore and it's just like free. I just don't like the silicone portion of LA, but that's not who I'm talking to. If you got silicone, you ain't tuning into the fair. That's who I'm critical. When I talk about it in LA, I'm talking about them, the silicone cellulites. But the real people of LA, special clip, this is important. Special shout out to MC8. Okay? And the Gangsta Chronicle podcast reached out to your boy. Next time I'm in LA, I'm going to see MC8. I love that dude, man. Now, LA, I love you. You're in the heart of the DE. Keep it going. Keep watching. Keep watching. LA, you like to watch. LA likes to watch. Keep watching. I'm with you. I love you. Now, a new #1 city. Now, I mentioned this normally is not the #1 city on my charts. You, the Fahrenheit Hour, going viral, changed everything. I'm going to say that again. You, the Fahrenheit Hour, going viral with the list, changed everything. #1 on my list, Sacramento, California. What are we talking about? I'm going to tell you the significance after I gather myself. Number one, watching the Fahrenheit Hour on the repeat, tuning in on the YouTube is Sacramento, California. Now, let me tell you the significance of that. I told you the top three. I told you all the lists. New York, Seattle, LA, that was second. I'm drawing about. San Francisco, LA. Them is all big cities with many of population. Seattle, New York, San Fran, LA, all big cities with many of population. Sacramento is small and concentrated. So for Sacramento to rise to the top over the big cities, I know that's the town. I know that's the town, but that's why I know the town. Okay, that's why I know the town. I'll go to Denver, Colorado. Shots out to Curb and the Denver folks. I'll go to Denver, Colorado, and their eyes are wide. And they're like, why are you here, the DE? We love you. I could go to the store in Sacramento. They're like, Michael, I synced you last week. Okay, so there's a difference there. You go to Denver, or I go to Seattle, or I go to Kansas City, the eyes are big. They're like, DEG, we idolize you. What are you doing here? Then I fly back to Sacramento. They see me driving down the way. They honk and say, get out the way, DE. You're driving too slow in your Prius. Right? So for Sacramento to be number one, I'm so honored. And it's just, it's about your energy. And I know most of you aren't from Sacramento, but it's not just about Sacramento. It's about being the core of influence. Okay, I don't know if you in California, but ever since Briss died, there's been 1,000 MCs that sound like Briss. I need to repeat that. Clip this. This is important. Ever since Briss died, there's been 1,000 MCs that sound just like him. Snoop Dogg going on record saying that Brother Lynch Hung inspired him to be Snoop Dogg. Sacramento is the hub. So you, by getting in on SacramentoRap.com, don't forget your homework on that. I'll go over homework at the end. You getting in on the Sacramento Rap TV network. It's not just about the town of Sacramento. If I could show you the stats, you'd understand why. You know, I've gone full blown in the Sacramento rap genre, instead of calling stuff Fahrenheit or first degree, because there's such a large worldwide audience of Sacramento music. Why? Because it's the most influential, best rap in the world. I'm going to say it again. Clip this is important. Sacramento rap is the most influential, best rap in the world. And all the rappers is watching. Okay? All the rappers is watching. Now I'm gonna check the chat. DE Ver, the Denver 303. Get he tell them about it. Cyber, tell him about the 303. Get he. Checking the chat. Checking the chat. Okay, we'll respond some of that. Good. The chat is on fire. That's what we need, the energy to keep us going. I'm going to respond to that at the end of the show. Now, let's see if we got anything else. Let's recap before we go over our questions. 1, you are to create an AI video using AI and post your name on it. I'm putting it on Sacramento Rap Network TV. Okay. We are building this together. Make sure you get that to me. 2, asktheshlangs.com. Let's check to see if it's live yet. Ask the Schlangs, the ultimate knowledge base and life coach. Is it on yet? Why you lagging? I'm live. It is live. AskTheShlangs.com. Happy to announce is live. AskTheShlangs.com. Our ultimate knowledge base is live. It has been live, but I mean the domain. So part 2 of your homework. Get to know the Shlangs. Ask it how you can, your interests, how you could turn it to a business, how you can help SacramentoRap.com, how you can help yourself, your work, your hobbies, life decisions. I'm telling you, I've spent all day programming this AI to be the heart of the Schlangs to lead us to good life decisions. You feel me? And tasks. Don't forget tasks. Please don't forget tasks. Now, the last part of your homework was this. Okay. The behemoth. The behemoth that is SacramentoRap.com. Anything I put on there at this point is viral according to Google. Search Sacramento Rappers Top 10. What do you see? First Degree The D staring back at thee. How could I help you? It doesn't have anything to do with music. That's what I'm trying to say. This website is a behemoth. It has nothing. It could be about anything. I'm to the point where every article I invest time in, it takes me a lot of time to write these. Okay? I'm in the cave working feverishly. Excuse me. Feverishly. I could write anything you want me to appear on the internet, any kind of niche phrase. So get at me, email me through the social medias, the Twittergrams, the Insta chats. Hit me up. My email's Mr. The D.E at hotmail.com. Think of how the power of SacramentoRap.com, the website, could help you have a top search engine phrase. Not just showing up in your city, showing up around the world. I'm going to say it again. This is not about your city. This is about some phrase you want. It could be your name. It could be something you do. It could be a business. It could be an interest. It could be starting something. Oh my goodness. We invested. We do the meta tags, search it. We'll go in the site, build it. I love building, and I'll get it right on the top of your search engine. So how could Sacramento Rap, the behemoth it is, help you in whatever it is you do? Now, I'm in the chat before we go off. Answering ideas, we're brainstorming. I'm going through the chat. Youngstown, Ohio in the building. All praise. Pittsburgh. See what I'm saying? We everywhere. Overkill. Stop yourself. I have to stop the program. I have to stop the program. That not only Overkill has just halted the entire program, but it reminds me of something else you need to get did that was a homework. Overkill has just halted the program with his comment, Dro Jasil Haljek. Stop it! Stop yourself! Stop it! You are a preliminary winner of the day, Overkill. Dro Jasil Haldrek. This is okay. Overkill has already broke the ice. I gotta explain how deep this goes. Dang, this is fun. What time is it? Dang! I can't help it. In order to make Underbelly Sound Wars, okay, I'm gonna go to the chat. I want you right now to tell me if you've seen Underbelly Sound Wars, the 5-part series. If you got on the train before it blows up, because the distributor has it in review, okay, it's finna blow. But I snuck it in on the YouTube for the Fahrenheit family. Holla at me in the chat immediately if you have seen Underbelly Sound Wars. Okay. Now, for Underbelly Sound Wars. Oh, how could I say this without giving out a spoiler? Because not everybody's synced it yet. If you ain't, man, I'm telling you, watch it. It's nothing like it. You will be entertained, and if you get to the end, it's gonna change your life, yo. But let's just say our bad guy Dead Wave had a need for a new language. So I'm writing the story. I'm feverishly writing Underbelly Sound Wars like a madman zombie, yo. Please check it out. Invest in the schlangs. Invest your time in the schlangs. Underbelly Sound Wars on YouTube. That's, as you see, I'm wearing the cloak. That's from Underbelly Sound Wars. Get yours at sacramentorap.com. Okay. Now, Deadwave the bad guy had a need for a new global language. So, me and I wish it was Ask the Schlangs, but Ask the Schlangs didn't exist yet. And Chat GPT invented an entire language from scratch. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. We created an entire language from scratch, yo. And my man Overkill is in the chat with his comment, Dro Jasil Haljek. And just to show his number 2 status with the crown, don't think I don't see that. Just to show his number 2 status with the crown, he even translates it. Stop himself. That's why the program had to be halted. That's why the program had to be halted. You are right, Overkill. And I am so happy. It makes me feel so good to see you put that because I spent a lot of time creating that new language. Dro Jasil Haljek means breaking news in dead wave language. And I know what I'm saying sounds really weird, but once you peep Underbelly Sound Wars, it's all gonna make sense. So shouts out to you, Overkill, for that. I mean, that's funny, man. I spent a lot of time. I wanted it to be a real language, you feel me? So we made a real language from scratch. All right. Whew. Okay, the show continues. Had to stop it on that one. That fool, that was deep. Julio with these songs, I love them, man. Julio like the weird songs, I like that. Remember, who reminded me? I just saw it in the chat. I just saw it in the chat, and now I don't see it. Well, anyway, the comment was, we are everyone, and we are no one. Oh, Julio, that's who it was. Boom. All right, I'm looking in the chat before we enter the program. This was a good program. It was a lot of fun. We went an hour and a half. Propaganda is one of my favorites. Propaganda is my favorite word in the English dictionary. We'll talk about that another day. All right. Before we end the show, you guys invest in the schlangs. Invest your time in those homework assignments. Okay. See, I'm spending a lot of money for you. Okay. All I'm asking, invest your time in the schlangs, man. Spend a lot of time on the AI, man, to guide us. One more minute to check in the chat. Raheem, may the schlangs be with you. It is the schlangs that brings us purpose. All right, y'all. Checking the chat. It's a lot of good energy in the chat. I just don't like holding up the show, but I love reading them. It's weird. It's a catch-22. It's quite the quandary. Reading all these wonderful chats. I am not welcome here. I know this to be true. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right. One last swipe of the chat. New York. Raheem, are you from New York? Are you one of our New York brethren? Are you one of our New York brethren? Now to end this show, okay? In this show, you guys I know I like to do a performance. Yesterday, you were the privilege for my first ever live performance of Game Day Grunt. Anywho, today's performance, I would like to check back with the great Briss. Okay, I'd like to honor the great Briss, Need Hammy. Clip this. This is important. Briss, Need Hammy. Hey, I just hit the plug like I need Hammy. Free Bubba, free Zay, fool, free Danny. She gonna make us fight. I got a mean grain. I can never slip. I'm like a clean tramp. Now I turn this lick up. I don't care who around. Got this pole for a Rilla. It's a souvenir. Got the GGS and the shooter near. Stop it. It's this ocean, it's a vest and some scuba gear. Yeah, I know my ex mad, but she still call me. She running in that bag and she's still salty. I messed that up a bit. I be trying to get them bucks like it's Milwaukee. Stop. She be running in that bag and she still call me. I be in them bucks like it's Milwaukee. Stop. Who you know from the West who ain't from Milwaukee that's gonna have a rap with Milwaukee in it? Anywho, she be running in them bags and she still call me. I be trying to get them bucks like it's Milwaukee. Yeah, this chopper thing jump if you feel froggy. 40 barking like a dog when it frog in the leak. You a bum when you're gone when they say talk is cheap. If you stand in that thugging, then we all can leave. My shooter confidence is it called complete. Dive around with that toy. It's a toy drive. Been down with that toy trying to. It's a joyride. Stop it, Briss, fool. Why were you taken from us, man? Over a woman. Sacramento, man. There's something in the water here. There's something in the water here. Briss is so cool, calm, and collected. All right. Thank you for being with me. Say it with me. All praise due to the Fahrenheit schlang. It is the schlangs that brings us here. Juntos. All praise due to the Fahrenheit schlang. It is the schlangs that brings us purpose. Ask the schlangs, get to know our new massive behemoth information task partner. I will see you tomorrow. Same Fahrenheit time, same Fahrenheit station.